My cousin stole the money for my son's surgery, smirked kids heal fast, and flew to Paris. A week later, karma hit hard. So, my cousin Kelly posted this Instagram story where she's toasting with champagne on a flight to Paris, and it just felt weird to me. I couldn't put my finger on why at first, but then I saw her fancy carry-on in her next post, and my heart just sank. It was the same day I noticed my account had been wiped clean. I'm still trying to get my head around everything that's happened in the last couple of days, and maybe writing it all down will help me figure out my next move. My son, Koa, is 7 and needs surgery to fix his leg, a condition that affects his walking. It's not dangerous, but it holds him back from doing so much. The doctors say the surgery will let him walk, run, and play just like other kids. I've been saving up for this surgery for 2 whole years. Every extra shift, every weekend, every holiday, all went towards this fund, reaching $122,000. It might not be a huge fortune, but for me, working in a factory and raising a kid solo, it feels like $1 million. I kept it in a separate savings account, and Koa and I would sometimes check the balance together, dreaming about all the things he'd be able to do after the surgery. 3 months ago, Kelly moved in with my sister Violet after she lost her job. She was always around, hanging out with Koa and bringing him little gifts. Looking back, I should have seen it coming. She kept asking about the surgery, when it was, how we'd pay, and which account had the money. I thought she was being supportive. Last Thursday, during my lunch break at work, I logged into my account to move some money, and bam, the surgery fund was empty. Just gone. I called the bank right away, and they confirmed several transfers had been made to a different account over the week. Small amounts, probably hoping I wouldn't notice immediately. I felt sick to my stomach. I tried calling Kelly, but she didn't pick up. Texted her, no response. Then her Instagram story started to pop up, first the airport, then the champagne, and then the Eiffel Tower. Each post was like a punch to the gut. She wasn't even trying to hide it. I called Violet, who was just as shocked. She mentioned going to Paris but said she thought Kelly had been saving up on her own. Violet apologized, saying, "Harvey, I had no idea. She used my Wi-Fi and my laptop sometimes. I'm so sorry." Koa asked me yesterday why I looked so upset. How do you tell a 7-year-old that someone he trusts has taken away his chance to walk normally? He showed me the Eiffel Tower keychain that Kelly had given him last week, saying it looked just like where his cousin Kelly is now, the same keychain she probably bought with his surgery money. I finally got through to Kelly on WhatsApp this morning. Her profile pic is of her at some cafe, with a croissant in hand. When I confronted her about the money, her response made my blood boil. "Oh come on, Harvey, you're being dramatic. It's not like it's emergency surgery. He'll be fine. Kids heal fast. Besides, I really needed this trip. Do you know how depressing it is being unemployed? I'll pay you back, eventually." Eventually, like my son's childhood, can just sit on hold until she gets around to it. I've documented everything, the transfers, the timestamps, the conversations. I'm not letting this go. Kelly seems to think that family means she can just take what she wants and get away with it. She's about to find out differently. Violet is helping me sort out the next steps. The bank is looking into the transfers, but they said it might be tricky since Kelly had access to my Wi-Fi and devices here at my house. She knew exactly what she was doing, making it seem like the transfers came from my IP address. The surgery was scheduled for next month, but now I have to call tomorrow to cancel it. The thought of telling Koa makes me feel ill. He's been counting down the days on his calendar, talking about playing soccer with his friends once he's recovered. I'm not looking for advice on whether to press charges, that decision's already made. I'm going to the police tomorrow morning. What I don't know is how to explain to my son that his surgery isn't happening anytime soon. How do I tell him that someone he loves chose a vacation over his chance to walk properly again? Meanwhile, Kelly keeps posting from Paris, as if nothing ever happened. So here's the deal. Kelly is living it up in Paris, acting like everything's peachy. She's hitting up designer stores, fancy restaurants, and all the tourist hotspots. Every post she makes has a location tag, each one paid for with money that was supposed to help my son walk. Seriously, she even had the audacity to post a picture of a donation box at Notre Dame, captioned "Feeling blessed giving back." I've muted her on all my social media, but my sister Violet keeps sending me screenshots, urging me to keep track of everything. She's right. Every post is basically a confession showing exactly where my son's surgery money went. The worst part? Some family members are making excuses for her, saying, she's going through a hard time or she'll pay it back. Like it makes everything okay or that my son's future is just collateral damage for Kelly's rough patch. I'm not backing down. Koa deserves better than eventually. Update, Kelly's at it again. She just posted a story of herself with a glass of wine at a rooftop bar, captioned "Living my best life, sorry not sorry." Yeah, keep it up, Kelly. Keep showing everyone exactly who you are. I'll be at the police station first thing tomorrow. Another update, thanks, everyone, for the support on my last post. A lot's gone down in the past week, and none of it was what I expected. I thought filing a police report would be the hard part. Turns out, that was just the start. The police said since Kelly had access to my Wi-Fi and devices while staying with me, it's considered a civil matter. They took my statement and documentation but told me I'd likely have to deal with this in small claims court. Not what I hoped for, but at least it's officially documented now. Meanwhile, Kelly's Paris escapades continue on social media like a twisted reality show. Yesterday, she posted a whole video showing off 3 luxury handbags, new shoes, and what she called her Paris wardrobe upgrade. The amount she said she spent could cover Koa's surgery and recovery therapy. She even tagged the stores and wrote "Living my dreams." Just wow. But here's where it gets interesting. Remember my sister Violet? She's been doing some snooping and found out Kelly's been spinning different tales to different family members. To our aunts, Kelly claimed I offered to help fund her fresh start. To our cousins, she said the money was a loan I agreed to. To her parents, she insisted I was being generous because she's family. All her stories have one thing in common: I'm the bad guy for wanting the money back. Kelly's parents called me last night offering to help with some of the money to keep the peace in the family. Their idea of help? $2,000 paid in installments over 6 months. Apparently, that's a fair solution when their daughter stole $12,000 from her cousin's disabled child. I told them I'd rather see them in court. Their silence was pretty telling. Koa's been asking questions. He's a smart kid and noticed I took down the surgery countdown calendar. I tried explaining that we need to wait a bit longer, but he just looked at me with those big eyes and asked, "Is it because cousin Kelly needed the money more than me?" He's 7, and he's already learning some tough lessons about family. I got a text from Kelly this morning saying, "Look, I get you're mad, but you're making this bigger than it needs to be. I'm not stealing, I'm borrowing. Besides, what's the rush? It's not like Koa's dying or anything, kids are resilient." Resilient? Like that makes it okay. Violet's been amazing through all this. She's helped me document everything and even set up a spreadsheet tracking every purchase Kelly's flaunting on social media. Evidence, she calls it. She's right. Kelly's basically building our case for us with every post. The family's now split down the middle. Half think I should be understanding because Kelly's going through a phase. The other half are horrified but don't want to get involved. Only Violet's openly standing with me. She told our aunt, a phase is getting a bad haircut or dating a drummer, not stealing a child's surgery money. I had to make some tough calls today. First, I cancelled Koa's surgery reservation. The hospital put us back on the list, but who knows how long that'll take. So, first off, we ended up losing our original spot on the waiting list. I called the bank again, and they're still looking into it, but hey, they've at least flagged those sketchy transfers. Small wins, right? Finally got Kelly to pick up her phone today, and guess what she suggested? She thought it'd be a great idea for me to start a GoFundMe or something since she can't help out right now. I reminded her about that fancy shopping spree she recently showed off. Her response? That's different. I needed those for my image. How else can I network for a new job? The real kicker was her Instagram story later about cutting out toxic family members and focusing on self-growth. The irony is laughable, but it's also super frustrating. Anyway, I'm meeting with a lawyer next week. Violet found someone who gives free initial consultations. Of course, the family's calling me dramatic for bringing lawyers into family stuff, but whatever. Watching Koa struggle to keep up with friends at the park, still limping but determined, gives me all the motivation I need. Oh, and get this, Kelly's back from Paris and instead of keeping a low profile, she's throwing a Paris-themed dinner party. She even invited me and Koa, saying, "Let's put all this drama behind us." Koa would love the presents I got him. Yeah, like some touristy trinkets are gonna make up for swiping his surgery money. Tuesday's my lawyer meeting, and Kelly doesn't know yet, but she's gonna get a rude awakening when she's served court papers at her fancy party. Update, sometimes you have to give karma a nudge. Things got worse before they got better, but I've finally got a plan for making Kelly face reality. I skipped her Paris dinner party, but Violet went and recorded everything. Not sneakily or anything, just another Instagram story among many. Kelly was in full-on brag mode, flaunting her Paris pics. Then she played a video that made my blood boil. She was in a cafe, toasting to cousin Harvey's savings account for funding this trip, laughing like it was some big joke. Violet sent me the clip ASAP. Kelly freaked, yelling at Violet to delete it, claiming it was a joke and we were ruining the party. Things got wild, with Kelly's parents trying to calm everyone down. But then it got interesting. Kelly was trying for a job as a financial coordinator, which, funny enough, requires high ethical standards. Violet found the posting online, and I sent a quick email to the hiring manager with links to Kelly's social media posts. Just the facts. Here's your potential financial coordinator bragging about swiping $122,000 meant for a kid's surgery. No dramatics, just her own words. Boom, job offer gone within hours. She came banging on my door that night, screaming about how I ruined her career plan to repay me. Koa was terrified, and I had to call the cops. They're already familiar with her from my theft report. Her parents watched the party video, and now they want her to sell her designer stuff and Paris wardrobe to pay back the money. Kelly's reaction? She locked herself in her old room, posting Instagram stories about being attacked by toxic family and how nobody gets her mental health struggles. The big moment came at a family dinner at our grandparents', where Kelly. To be continued. So, Kelly tried pulling the victim card again, but this time it took a wild turn. Even our grandpa, the guy who usually stays out of the family drama, finally spoke up. He'd been keeping tabs on Kelly's social media and saw her splurging on stuff while the cash meant for our little buddy Koa's surgery went unused. 3 designer bags, seriously? Meanwhile, Koa can barely walk right. You could feel the room freeze as Grandpa dropped that bomb. Kelly started crying, but for once, it didn't look like her usual drama act. She seemed genuinely taken aback, and no one was falling for her excuses anymore. Even her parents backed me up when I brought up the civil court thing. Kelly made one last attempt to manipulate the situation, pulling the "but I'm family" card. I just told her straight up, Koa's family too. You picked bags over his well-being. The fallout was immediate. Her mom started listing Kelly's recent buys online to resell, while her dad was on the phone with my lawyer sorting out a repayment plan. Kelly didn't want to budge, but now she's on her own. No more family cheerleaders, no more lame excuses. The designer bags and the Paris wardrobe? Gone. Kelly's parents are even making her move back in and taking over her finances until the debt's cleared up. Turns out, she'd been hiding other debts too. That Paris trip wasn't the only impulsive splurge. Violet's been helping to sell off Kelly's stuff online, and it gets real every time another item goes up for sale, triggering a fresh drama from Kelly. Just yesterday, she tried claiming some stuff was gifted and that selling them was unfair. Her mom quickly shut that down, saying gifts bought with stolen cash aren't gifts at all. We're slowly getting the money back, not enough for Koa's surgery yet, but it's a start. Kelly's dad set up automatic transfers from their account to handle repayments, and Kelly tried to stop it but doesn't have account access anymore. The family vibe has completely changed. Kelly's not on the invite list for any gatherings, her cousins unfollowed her on social media, and even her best friends are stepping back after seeing her antics. Last night, Kelly posted a story saying something about hitting rock bottom helps you find yourself, attaching a screenshot of her deleted Paris posts. Maybe reality's hitting her, or maybe not. She just texted, blaming me for her ruined life. But Kelly, this is something you did, and now everyone knows it. The court date's still happening next month, though her folks are pushing her to settle before then. Either way, Koa's getting his surgery funds back, it's just a waiting game now. Final update, didn't think I'd be back with more, but after what went down yesterday, I've got a spill. Karma caught up with Kelly big time. It started with Koa's rescheduled surgery consult. Her parents have been keeping up with the repayments, and we finally had enough for the surgery down payment. While I was in the waiting room with paperwork, my phone blew up with messages. Turns out, Kelly had flipped out at her parents' house after being turned down from yet another job. Her past social media bragging about using borrowed cash keeps biting her back. The internet remembers. Instead of owning up, she stormed and demanding her parents fix it. Her mom refused, and that's when Kelly lost it. She started grabbing her mom's designer bags, threatening to sell them if they were going to sell her stuff. Her dad recorded the whole blow up on his phone, not to shame her, but he's learned to document everything now. In the video, Kelly screams, "You chose Harvey over me, your own daughter." Her mom calmly replies, "No, we chose right over wrong. We failed you by not teaching you the difference." That's when Kelly began throwing things, even smashing a family heirloom vase from our great-grandmother. The commotion got so loud the neighbors called the cops. When the police showed up, Kelly tried playing the abuse card against her parents. So, let me break it down for you. Kelly was trying to sell her stuff, but the cops weren't buying her story because they'd been to my place before for her antics. Her parents decided not to press charges, but instead, they did something that totally blew Kelly's mind. They cut her off financially. No more paying her phone bill, no more emergency credit card, and she wasn't welcome to live at home anymore. They basically told her, you need professional help, and we'll support that, but nothing else until you start taking responsibility for your actions. Kelly's response? She went ballistic on social media, airing out her family's dirty laundry, most of which was obviously made up. She accused Violet of shoplifting, which was bogus, and said I was gambling away Koa's surgery fund, which was a complete lie. She even claimed her parents were abusive when in reality, they spoiled her rotten. Nobody bought into her tales because, honestly, her followers had seen her flaunt her Paris shopping trips and knew she had been spiraling for months. The comments she got were savage, reminding everyone of her past of stealing from her disabled cousin. She tried to erase them, but they just kept coming. Then, in a dramatic twist, she posted a tearful video about being cyberbullied and needing to take a mental health break. But, get this, 10 minutes later, she was back online on a backup account asking if anyone had a spare room she could crash in. Not a single person offered. Here's the really juicy bit. Remember when Kelly got fired from her job as a financial coordinator? Well, the company put the job ad up again, and guess who landed it? Yep, Violet. She started last week, and when Kelly found out, she flipped. She caused such a ruckus at the office that security had to kick her out, leaving her with a trespassing warning. Last night, the family gathered for dinner without Kelly. Her parents handed over the final check to cover Koa's surgery costs. While we were eating, Kelly started spam calling everyone, switching between threatening and tearful messages. Nobody answered. Her last message to me said, I hope you're happy. You've turned everyone against me. I'll never forgive you for this. I didn't reply because I was busy helping Koa pack his overnight bag for the surgery scheduled for the next morning. Kelly's mom pulled me aside as they were leaving, tears in her eyes, and said, thanks for having the guts to stand up to her. We should have done it ages ago. This morning, a surprise package showed up at my door. Inside was an envelope with $2,000 in cash and a heartfelt note from Kelly. She wrote, Dear Harvey and Koa, this is all the money I have left. I sold my laptop and some other stuff. I'm sorry it's not more. I'm sorry for everything. I know sorry isn't enough, but it's all I have right now. I added the money to Koa's recovery fund because he will need physical therapy after the surgery, and every bit counts. As for Kelly, the buzz is she's staying at a youth hostel, applying for jobs under a new name, and finally starting therapy. Her parents are sticking to their guns. They'll pay for her counseling but nothing else until she proves she's changing. Koa's surgery is in 12 hours, and though he's anxious, he's also excited. This morning he said something so profound, it kind of summed up everything. Dad, when I can run, I'm going to run so fast that all the bad stuff can't catch us. Run fast, kid. You've earned it. This is my last update, and I just want to say thanks for all the support during this wild ride. Sometimes standing up to family is the hardest thing to do, but man, it's also the most necessary.